Question 3, 6 marks. Jane is making up lolly bags for a party. Jane has 12 identical bags containing M lollies and 4 loose lollies not in a bag. Write an expression for the number of lollies. So you've got 12 bags. So I'm just going to start drawing. I'm not going to draw all the bags, but here's a bag, here's a bag, here's a bag, etc. How many of those bags are there? How many bags are there? Girls, Jane has 12 bags. So 12 bags, right? I haven't drawn them in. How many lollies in each bag, girls? M. No. Jane has 12 identical bags containing M lollies. So M is the mystery number. So if I've got M lollies in there, M in there, M in there, there's 12 of these bags. How many lollies do I have there? And 4 loose lollies. Here are my 4 loose lollies. So write an expression for the total number of lollies. What do you think I should do? M plus another M plus how many times? Aren't there how many lots of M?
Times 12.
Yes, 12 times M plus 4 loose lollies on the table. Okay? So Jane is making up lolly bags for a party, 12 identical bags with M lollies in each. So we've got 12 lots of M plus 4 loose lollies on the table. All right? An expression for the total number of lollies is 12 times M plus 4. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the bags look a bit funny. B, simplify the following using order of operations. Now, we've got to be very careful. I'm going to write the question out. 2d squared divided by 2 plus 3d times 4d minus 7d squared, take away 4d. There's a lot there. Now, order of operations. When you hear order of operations, what does that tell you? What should you do first? What's the order of operations? Big mass? Bod mass?
Bod mass.
All right. Brackets, there are none. Indices, none. Division and multiplication, I'm going to underline them. That has to be done first. Are there any other division or multiplications that need to be done? This one has to be done as well. Do you see that? You have to do 2d squared divided by 2 first. Now, I'm going to put them over each other because when you divide, it's much nicer to put them over. So this bit, 2d squared divided by 2, I like to write it as over 2 plus, now what's 3d times 4d? 3d times 4d, what does that equal? Anyone? 12d squared. So we've worked that out there. Then now I'm just going to write the others next to it. Take away 4d squared, take away 4d. So do you know what I've done? This is what I've done. I want to put in brackets. Is it okay if I put in brackets what I want to do first? Yeah. I want to do that first and I want to do this first. So I've decided to put them in brackets myself. I must do my divide and my times before any other addition or subtractions. Now, girls, what is 2d squared divided by 2? What do I do with the 2's? 2 divided by 2 is 1. So it just equals 1d squared, d squared plus 12d squared minus 7d squared. Good. So we've got 1d squared. I don't mind writing it as 1d squared plus 12d squared. It's 13d squared minus 7d squared. 13 minus 7 is 6d squared. That's 6d squared. But can d squareds be added with or subtracted with d's? They're different. So it's just 6d squared minus or take away 4d. You cannot simplify those because they're not like terms. Okay? So when we look at this, please don't look at it as a whole thing. You must look at, all right, order of operations. Let me look for any brackets. There were none. Let me look for multiplication, division. Yes, I'm going to underline the division. I'm going to underline the multiplication. Pretend there's nothing else in the question. Just do the division and do the multiplication. Now, divisions are best written as fractions. It makes it much easier, all right, to cancel the numbers. So that's our answer. Please do not write that the answer is 2d because it's not. Because you can't, d squareds and d's are different. D squared is a d times a d, and that one is just a single d. They're different. You can't add, that's the answer. 6D squared minus 4D. C. Sarah, Molly and Anne purchase muffins from the local bakery. They each have their own favourite type. Sarah buys X chocolate muffins. So when you start to work this out, just pretend Sarah bought 2, for example. You don't put 2 in, but you just pretend. Sarah bought X, a mystery number. Molly bought Y strawberry muffins. And Anne buys Z banana muffins. Now, all those 3 numbers could be different, right? Just think someone bought 2, maybe someone bought 5, maybe someone bought 4. It doesn't matter. Now, it says write an expression for the total cost if the chocolate muffins cost $3 each and the strawberry muffins cost $3.50 each and banana muffins cost $4 each. Now, let's say Sarah did buy... Sarah bought 2 chocolate muffins. How would you work out the cost of Sarah's muffins if each chocolate muffin cost $3? How would you do it? Girls, if Sarah bought 2 chocolate muffins, how would you work out what Sarah's muffins cost? Chocolate muffins are $3. No, wouldn't you say 3 times 2 is 6 if Sarah bought 2? If Sarah bought 4 muffins, you would have said 3 times 4. Her muffins cost, but Sarah bought X, so it's 3 times X. So 3 times X is the cost of Sarah's muffins. Sarah's. Does that make sense? Plus, Molly buys Y strawberry muffins. So strawberry muffins are $3.50 each. So the cost of, let's say Y was 4, for example. Wouldn't it be $3.50 times 4? Let's say we bought 10 strawberry muffins. Wouldn't it be $3.50 times 10? So it's 3.5 for $3.50 times. How many muffins did she buy? She didn't buy 4 and she didn't buy 10. She bought Y. 3.5 times Y. Does this make sense? Now I might put them in brackets. Sarah's, these are Molly's muffins, plus Anne buys Z banana muffins. How much is 1 banana muffin cost? 4. So if you bought 1, it would be 4 times 1. If you bought 2, it would be 4 times 2. If you bought 3, it would be 4 times 3, but she's bought Z. So it's 4 times Z. So this is Anna or Anne.
So it's X times 3 plus 3
yeah.
times 3
So this.
plus Z times 4.
So that's the answer. So the total cost is, that's it, 3 times X plus 3.5 times Y plus 4 times Z, which is 3X plus 3.5Y plus 4Z. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So girls, when you're thinking, but I don't know how many she bought, just think if she bought 1, it would be this times that, whatever times 1. If she bought 2, it would be the cost times 2. If she bought 3, it would be the cost times 3. Well, she bought Y, so it's the cost times Y. Okay? Seeds cost C dollars. Calculate the cost of K bags of seeds. Now, let's just make up any number for C. Let's say 3 bags of seeds cost, I don't know, $15. How would you work out the cost of 1 bag?
Divided by 3.
You divide it by 3.
5.
So, if C was, say, $15, wouldn't 1 bag cost 15 divided by 3?
Yeah.
So, if the cost of 3 bags, doesn't that equal C? Then the cost of 1 bag would be whatever C is divided by 3. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
So girls, this is why I'm saying make up imaginary numbers for the letters. And just think, if that imaginary C was a 15 or a 20, how would I work out the cost of 1 bag? I would divide by 3. You do the same operation, but you just put in a letter instead. So if the cost of 3 bags is C, the cost of 1 bag will be whatever C is divided by 3. Now, if that's the cost of 1 bag, so therefore the cost of K bags, if that was the cost of 1 bag, how would I do the cost of 2 bags? Wouldn't I just times that by 2? Or the cost of 3 bags, I would times that by 3. So the cost of K bags will be the cost of 1 bag times how many there are, times K.
Oh, so we're just writing the expression.
For yes. Yeah, you can't work it out. You're just writing expressions. So you can't find the cost. You're just writing an expression. So if the cost of 3 bags is C, the cost of 1 bag will be C divided by 3. You don't actually know what it is, all right? And so if that's the cost of one bag, then K bags will be whatever the cost of one bag is times how many bags you've got. C divided by 3 times K. Get harder. A 20 centimetre length of wire. Here's my wire. It's 20 centimetres. And it's cut into 2 pieces. The smaller piece is X. So here's my wire. I'm going to cut it into 2 pieces. Here's a smaller piece. And there's the bigger piece. Are you okay with that? I cut my wire there. This is X. I have to work out what this one is. Now, I don't know what X is. Let's say X was 5. Let's say X was 5. What would this length be? How did you work that out? 20 minus 5? Let's say X was 7. How would you work out what the other one is? 13. And how would you do that? 20 minus 7. So if the first one was 5, you'd say the other one is 20 minus 5. If the first one's 7, you'd say 20 minus 7, yeah? If this is X, then the other one is 20 minus whatever X is. Do you get it?
Yeah.
So, if the shorter piece, that's my shorter piece, is X, my longer piece is whatever, is 20 minus whatever X is. Does this make sense? Now, can you see how I worked it out in my head? Do you know why I chose numbers like 5? They're realistic. If the wire is 20 centimetres, the shorter one could be 5, the longer one's 15. How do you work out 15? 20 minus 5. Then you try it again. The shorter one's 7. How do you work out the longer one? 20 minus 7. So if the shorter one's X, we do the same. 20 minus X. Got it? Shorter piece is X. The longer piece will be 20 minus whatever X is. We keep going. Now the longer piece of wire, this is difficult, girls. It's a A-level question, all right? Now what happens is the longer piece of wire is bent into the shape of a rectangle with a width of 7 centimetres. Write an algebraic expression for the length of the rectangle. They want you to draw a diagram and label it to show. Now, wait. The longer piece. So the longer piece. So what's the longer piece? So the longer piece is 20 minus X. It's bent to form a rectangle. So I'm drawing a rectangle. And the rectangle has a width of 7. So girls, I'll go width of 7, width of 7. Okay? It says draw a diagram to show this information and labeling the length and the width. Girls, what does everything add up to so far? So the longer piece is 20 minus X. It's got to go all the way round. Okay? So if the width is 7, are you okay with me drawing the width 7 like that? So 7 plus 7 plus the length. I'm going to go plus the length plus another length equals, you okay? 20 minus X. Girls, you okay with this? 7 plus the 2 lengths equals 20 minus X. I know it's a bit hard, girls. Can I write it as 2 lengths or L plus L? What would you like? 7 plus 7 plus, yeah, it's like the perimeter. So what's 7 plus 7, girls?
14.
So 14 plus 2 lots of the lengths, I'm just going to go 2 lengths, equals 20 minus X. I know this is getting tricky. Now, girls, this is going to get tricky. Girls, if I've got, so how am I going to get 20 minus X? I've got 14 so far. What do you think? See how I've got 14 and I need to get 20 minus X. I need to get that, right? 14, wouldn't I have to add 6 to it to get the 20? 14 plus 6 is 20. Take away X. That gives me 20 minus X. Look, I've got 14 from the 2 7s. 14, I need to get to the expression 20 minus X. If I add 6, I'm up to 20 minus X. Now, this 6 minus X, that's the 2 lengths. The 2 lengths add up to 6 minus X. Because look, I've got the 7 and the 7, that's 14, plus the number 6, that gives me 20. And then I've got a minus x, so I just write one in, minus x. So that means that the two lengths, one sec, just by looking at that, the two lengths are 6 minus x. That's what they add up to. Now, if you want to find one length, wouldn't you just divide that by 2? So therefore, one length, or just the length, is whatever that is, divided by 2. Now, that is an A-level question, girls.